doing pretty good. I cannot complain. I've had a pretty good day.
Nice, nice.
Yes, it's always nice. Your makeup is always flawless, okay?
I try.
Girl, first off, did you see these long nails?
Yes.
And the crazy part about it is I told them I wanted them medium short, and this is short to them.
It happens. I tell you, when you tell them a certain way, then it just changes something totally different.
Yes, I see. I was like, okay, whatever. They were like, you scared? I said, I'm a diva. I can handle this, okay? But
Hi,
I'm
Terry.
walking around my house like this, Cali.
I feel that.
Okay, so everyone, thank you for tuning in. Cali and I have our co-hosting. We've been doing this for the past few months now. We stopped just because I had my tummy tuck surgery, and I'm back into the swing of things, and I'm very excited because we always have great topics. So, Cali, I would love for you to introduce the show, and let's get on with our first topic.
Yes, well, everybody, welcome to the Miss Blue Radio Show. The dynamic duo is back and ready for action. And right now, we got a lot of hot topics for y'all to be, y'all be wanting to be itching and dying to hear about. So, my first topic for y'all is, okay, Zach Stacy.
Oh,
yeah. The ex-NFL football player that beat the living crap out of his ex-girlfriend. Now, I don't know if y'all see the video, but let me tell you something. Like, that itself right there, I don't know how nobody can turn the other way from this, especially if it's exposed on social media. There's no way of coming back from that. Hey, Blasian. Now, the thing about it is that I did some more searching, thanks for internet. And I guess she said that he has done this before. And when I seen that she said it's that he's done it before, it kind of made me wonder, maybe that's why she put cameras in her home. But the thing that irks me is the severity of it. Of how he literally just grabs her, just throws her to the TV, and then she falls, and he watches her to see if she's even going to get up when the TV's falling on her. So
yeah, I saw that.
And he's like dominating, like, you better not get up, like in a threatening way. Like, she's been through it and she knows what is going to happen next. Now, the one thing that disgusts me is how the 5-month-old was right there the whole entire time, his son.
Yes.
And the thing, I was watching the video, I kept watching it over. And I seen how he went to grab something, and you see the baby kind of move a little bit. And I'm like, oh my God, the baby. Like, the baby.
Right.
I mean, the baby, So I was really worried about the child. And I know he did take off, but he was caught. And he's facing charges. Now, I really think one of the charges he should face, most definitely, and it should be on there, is child endangerment.
Right.
For him reaching underneath the child, moving the child the way he was, because that baby was moving. If that baby wasn't moved, that's one thing. But that guy was such in a zone where nothing mattered, not even his own child. So to me, this guy's gonna need a lot of therapy. I don't think he should have any rights to his son until he gets the proper help and serve his time. Because honestly, if he does this multiple times, he's going to do it to his child.
Absolutely.
He's going to. That's how it goes. And as a victim of domestic violence myself, they don't stop. Sometimes they can be helped, but not everybody can be helped, in this instance. And I really hope she doesn't go back to him. That's one thing, because that's one thing the victims do. But just seeing that video, it just brought back so many things. And there are still so many cases unreported of domestic violence in the United States and anywhere in the country and the world, because everybody's afraid to speak up. And I encourage women out there to speak up, because you do have that right to protect yourself and your offspring. You do have that right, and you do have that choice,
Right.
It also brought me back to the movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez. I'm glad she made a movie like that. you know, because she really went through it. But this girl right here was thrown into the TV, and she was picked up and thrown on top of the baby bouncer, you know, so.
Yeah, I was glad that when I saw the video, it was a trigger warning because, you know, we scroll across Instagram and we click on certain things, and I'm like, damn, I wish I would have got a warning. But when I saw that, I was really, 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 really upset.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, just to be honest, whenever I see, whenever I see like a different race woman going through domestic abuse, I be like, she need a black friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying black women don't go through it. All I'm saying is that he would have caught these hands if that was my friend he was tossing around. I don't care how big you are.
Yeah.
I take offense because how huge in stature this man was to this little bitty petite
Yeah.
lady. And so I tagged you a few hours ago before we went on here that he has been arrested.
Mm-hmm. As he should be.
As he should be. And I do hope that you know, it sounds like in the video she may have believed that he would have changed. But I'm hoping that now she sees that he's not, and I hope that she part ways with him because that was monstrous what we all witnessed. And he was too comfortable doing it. Whenever you reach way back here to punch somebody, I mean, you do that all the time.
Yeah.
You do it. He was too comfortable, so
he was like in that confidence role, like, look at me, and he had that standing over her thing, like, what are you gonna do?
And kept hitting her though.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't stop. He kept punching her. So it's just like you just never know what somebody is going on behind closed doors.
Yeah,
you never know. So yeah.
And the thing is that, like, the women need to know is that that's what they do. Once they do what they do, they come back. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Shower you with gifts. I will treat you better, you know, and that's the thing. They reel you back in, and also they isolate you from family, friends for you speaking to them of what's going on, because that's how they control you. They are very controlling people. Now, I can, you know, say that I've seen some instances where people have, and they do change if they want to. But if they won't, you can't change leopards their spots. I can't. Nope, you cannot change their spots. You can't.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you know, Blasian, there's a blog called On Site, and it had the entire video. It had trigger warning, and it showed the entire, you know, clip. And it's just like, and I'm thinking, did she have cameras inside of her house, or was someone else in the house with her recording it?
I think there was cameras inside the house because it showed different angles. So maybe because they were broken up already, and he went to go visit his son, from what I understand through TMZ. And, you know, he went there to go visit his son. And for her to put cameras up, that's a brave thing you did, doll, because, you know what? To back yourself up, because, you know, it's a he said, she said. And sometimes a lot of stars get the little treatment, if you know what I mean. Oh, you know, it's just a one-time thing. But this dude had no remorse. He had no mercy. He doesn't care. And I hope they throw the damn book on him. I really hope they do.
Yes, Blasian. It should say, I think it's called It's On Site, or just On Site, but all together just like that. And like I said, I saw they had several videos going, but I was able to see the entire video on there. But I just was so mad. Man, I was so mad. I was like, this is probably one time where if she would have shot him, nobody should have been pissed off. Yeah. Nobody should have said nothing. Yeah. Because when you're putting your hands on somebody like that, you're all in their personal space. If they feel like their life was threatened, to me, her life was threatened because he's such a huge guy. Yeah. I wish she would have bought a gun and shot his ass. I mean, probably because her kid was there, she didn't want to. But this is a situation definitely where I felt like self-defense would have been respected. Yeah, and here's the thing is that they don't put out there. They really don't. But as a victim, they should really put out there what it can do. And I think they should put this in school, just like sex ed. They should educate these kids
from a growing point that if they put their hands on a woman or a woman puts her hand on a man, these are the outcomes of it. And if you strangle a woman, they don't realize when a woman not gets just unconscious, you know, the brain shuts down because there's no oxygen to the brain. It can cause a lot of brain damage, and people don't know that. And abuse causes cracked bones, broken bones, hairline fractures, concussions, everything. Even strangling somebody, when you cut the air off, it damages the brain, and it's proven fact. It's kind of like almost like having a concussion for football, you know. So
Well, and speaking of concussion, like I've talked to several women who's dated professional football players. I've read books of people that had relations with these guys, and allegedly they're known to be on edge and suffer from their own personal brain,
yeah,
deficiencies. And so they might have some mental issues going on themselves, because think about it, you're constantly being hit in the head
yeah,
or ran into, nudge, you're falling on the ground all the time.
yeah,
It's actually a term. It is some type of brain damage that they go through. So some of them need mental help themselves, and they don't believe that they need it. And I mean, possibly he could be one of those guys. It does not excuse him for his poor piss behavior.
I agree.
Um, but I'm telling you, hopefully he's behind bars for a while to think about it. And I just hope that, I mean, at this point, unless a cop is involved, I don't even think that she should do like joint custody, or like
Oh
he should
no.
not be seeing the kid without a police officer, like a authoritative figure
Yeah.
around, because I
And they
don't
have
trust him.
facilities where they could meet the kids at the facility and be monitored by the county as well.
That's
So they
what
have
they
those
need,
options.
because I wouldn't trust old boy. I don't even know him, but seeing
I
that
didn't know him.
video, to hit someone as little as she is and as big as he is, that is such a bully. Like, that's beyond bully behavior. Like, that's so wrong. She didn't stand a chance
Yeah.
against you. And
Not
so,
even. It just upsets me because I just wish I was like, man, if that was that girl, I would have been like, like fighting back or something. I would have grabbed something. But I would have been
girl,
afraid that my son would have got, in the crossline fire. So it's like, do something or not do something.
I'm going to put that baby in that room, and I'm going to defend myself, because like I said, I feel like she knew that he had a crazy temper. So I would have presented this to a judge or the DA in that state or whatever, or that city. And I would have said, hey, I'm carrying a gun because my baby daddy or whoever he is out of control, and I don't trust him. That way, I got records. The DA got records that I fear for my life. And if he put his hands on me, I'm going to shoot his ass. And
Yeah.
there's no thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
girl, I don't know. That ran my skin hot when I saw. I don't be wanting to see stuff like that at all.
Me too. Like when it comes to things like that, like it just brings back flashbacks for me. It doesn't sadden me, but it makes me say, man, I'm glad I got out of that situation and won't put myself back in that situation.
I'm glad you did too.
I mean, I felt alone. I felt, like I couldn't talk to anybody. It was a very sad thing, but what gave me strength is my kids. And, I mean, you just have to learn to, say enough is enough, and not to fall back, prey into that, because that's what they do. They groom you. They kind of like, they change if they want to change. And that's by getting professional help, not saying, oh, I'll change. No, they need professional help, people.
So let me ask you
Help.
this. Months go by, let's just say next year, comes, and we don't hear anything about the store anymore, right? Well, she's dating him again, and he does it again. At that point, do you feel sorry for her still, or are you like, she's on her own?
She put herself in that situation. If she wants to be put back, that's her personal problem. You've been told, you saw what can happen, and if you put yourself in that situation, which many women have, they don't come back alive most of the time. That's the truth.
I mean, it is very true. A lot of women don't even have the opportunity to have this conversation. Who are dealing with, domestic violence or abuse. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it's so sad. You know, they did Twitter, and it was one of the most annoying things. Twitter can get so annoying. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they will run a meme hashtag post quote into the ground. But
Mm-hmm.
they a few weeks ago they had this whole red flag situation. It was like red flags that we don't pay attention to.
Yeah.
So for a lot of the women that that's going through or have gone through the abusive relationships, pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to the red flags because he's not going to change. Even myself personally, I had a guy, and this was way before my husband. I
Mm-hmm.
had a guy who just couldn't respect the fact that I just thought it wasn't working anymore. And I was like, you know what? I just don't want to, I don't think this is going to work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you go your way. And you would think that he would have respected that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, I was in my house and I told him he could see his way to the door.
Mm-hmm.
He walks to the door and he unlocks my door. And then he locks it back fast and punched me in my stomach. Now, why in the hell did he do that?
He lost his damn mind. That's what he
Girl,
did. Ooh.
you know me. I said we can keep the doors locked. When I say I told my house up fighting, I told my house up fighting. Do you hear me?
I hear you loud and
But
clear.
I ran to my kitchen. He ran out. He was able because I was going to go grab stuff. I was throwing them hands, but I was going to go grab stuff. By the time I came back, he was gone. I called my brothers. I called my army relatives. I was like, y'all need to come to my house because I don't play like that.
Yeah.
But he continued to stalk me. Yes, he would stalk me all down, like everywhere I was. This dude would like stalk me, and it got to the point where I even got cops involved because
Yeah.
I said, you know, I have a clear record, and I try to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna say I fear for my life, but I don't trust this guy, so I am going
Yeah.
to end up carrying a weapon just in case because he's following me.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't look back. Like once he got it through his head that I wasn't playing, I never had a problem with this guy again. But it was just a very weird situation.
Yeah, that's a very weird situation. I mean, as I said, like some people don't get the point, and the thing about it is that we as women know that we can fight back, and you can use things around that house. You can use pots and pans. I don't care. You know, be that girl from Tangled. You know, Rapunzel, use that pan. You know, it's not just used for cooking; it's used for banging things too.
That's right.
You know, but you know, if I was, because like just like you know, but I was pregnant with my son when his father hit me in the stomach, and I was pregnant with him.
That is awful.
Yeah, and I was like, restraining order, done, done, done. You know,
Good.
and I always made sure that he had somebody always watching him while he visited his son. And one time I was like, okay, you know, I'll let him be by himself with the son, you know, whatever. Bad
Right.
mistake on my part, and that tells me because he left him unattended and he almost rolled off the bed.
Oh my
And he was only like,
God.
he was at that stage, you know, when babies start rolling.
Right.
And that's very young. And this bed was pretty high up. It was like 4 or 5 feet up. So if my son would have rolled off that bed, oh,
He could have broke something. He could
yeah.
have easily broke something.
So ever since then, he's never, you know, I said, you stay away from me and my son. If you do, see you in court. Deuces.
But you know what? You did the right thing, and it's not to talk down on victims of abuse at all. It's just knowing that there are people that you can go out, you could reach out to.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in that situation. And I think it's so sad, but a lot of them think that they have to be in that situation, and they don't. You don't have to accept somebody putting their hands on you.
Yeah.
You just don't. It's not cool. Like, girl, I'm telling you, I don't think I can stomach seeing that video again.
I don't think I
just
can
can't.
either.
When he was hitting her period, but when he brought it all the way back, I was just like, I really want to see how his hand games is with another big football player dude.
Oh, most
I want to,
definitely.
can you fight that good, really? Like, are you just picking on a small, petite lady because you know she can't fight you like that?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these guys won't run up on a man like that.
Yeah,
you
they don't do that. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, honestly, I really think they need to educate these kids in school. Okay, yes, sex ed is important, but they should also do domestic violence classes to know, hey, you can really, this is a real problem in America.
That's very true.
It is. It is a
But
problem.
would you say it's the school um responsibility to teach that, or is that something that starts in the home with the mom and the dad?
Oh, it's all the way around. It's all
So you think
circle.
it's one of those things where it takes a village to raise a kid type of thing?
Now, village is very tricky because not all villagers are smart. So there are called the
Very
village
true.
idiots. You know what I mean? And they don't mean that just as not to say that. You know, there are some village idiots out there. I
That's
think,
facts.
I think it does, start with the home. It does. But at the same time, these kids don't know the consequences of that action, of what it can really cause, you know? Just
That's
like
true.
just like your parents in the home, they teach them the kids sex ed, so does the school. But they don't, I think they should teach them more what it can cause. HPV cancer, uh, STDs. Protection doesn't protect you. I mean, there's so many things that I think that if we implement it, if the law was involved in the county and everything, and implementing things that are facts and show real live pictures and videos of things, and make these kids think twice and what the consequences of these actions can happen.
No, that's facts. I definitely can see. I don't see how that could hurt. And Terry, unfortunately, yes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a guy named Zach. I can't think of his last name. He's an
Zach
ex football
Stacy.
player. What's Zach Stacy?
Zach, yeah, Zach Stacy. Oh, I don't want
Yeah,
to say his name.
he was caught on videotape beating his baby mama to
A pulp.
smithereens. I mean, it was just disgusting, and it went viral. And now he got picked up to go, so he'll be in jail, facing whatever charges. But is that going to change? Like, if he see her next year, will he do it? Like those, I don't think people like that change.
No, not unless, as I said,
Yeah,
unless they get help or they just can't change, period. It just depends on them. They're the ones to overcome it. So it's just
yeah,
unfortunate how that does happen. But it,
absolutely. That was a good topic. About the domestic abuse. Me, if you guys don't know, I am a music artist as well. So I am a rapper, I sing, I'm a writer, an actress, and all things entertainment is what I love to say. I just love entertainment. So with that being said, a lot of things revolving music, I have a very high interest in. And I just want to give a congrats to my girl Ashanti, because she is now the owner of her masters for music.
as she
And if
should
you,
be.
yes, that's like boss. You know, I'm all
Boss
for
babe.
boss women, right? And so, if you once you own your masters as an artist, that's a really, really, really big thing. It's like basically you're no longer a slave to the record label or to that manager or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody is not happy for her. Of course, Ja Rule is, but Irv Gotti is not. So doing my research years ago, I found out that her and Irv actually dated. So yeah, when I found that out, I was like, oh, okay. So things can get a little rocky when you're dating your guy, and he's also trying to manage your career, even though her mom is
Yeah.
her momager. But he's very upset about her owning her masters, and she's getting ready to re-record her very first album
Can't wait for that one.
over her.
Over.
And so I'm thinking when Ashanti came out, I was I think I was either in eighth grade or a freshman in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So to see her actually re-record her first album, I think I'm interested to see how the new sound would be.
I'm
I
sure it'll be
mean,
way different.
She had some hits.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see how the transition would be. And not all the time, like she was saying, because I was watching an interview earlier.
Yeah.
She has changed teams. Like some people is still with her, but some people are not. So my thing is, I don't know if you know anything about the music and the masters and stuff, but What would you have to say in this situation? Do you feel like Irv has a right to be upset because he feels like, okay, I invested in this first album, I put out all this money, he made all that money, she probably didn't get anything but, pennies. Now, for her to re-record it and own the masters, he won't get 1 cent.
I think he needs to mind his own business.
Right.
Like, move on, okay? Move on. Keep moving forward, Like, I get he's upset, but Ashanti, girl, you do you, girl. Who cares about if people are upset? You do you, because look at Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Like, they make money off them haters. They talk crap, but they still watch your videos.
Absolutely.
So
that's facts.
That's
you facts.
Do you.
I know. My thing is, though, when it comes to like the industry and the owning of the masters, I noticed that a lot of the artists that own their masters, lifespan longevity within the industry is not that long. Let's be real. Prince, well, Michael Jackson owned his masters, and not only did Michael Jackson own his masters, he owned a lot of other people's masters too.
Oh yeah, he did.
I mean, he was just that Virgo that did not play. Okay, so yes, he owned a lot of people's masters, and not only that, loved him to death. Michael Jackson, not only did he own masters, he gave people their masters without them having to pay for it. Whatever deal they worked out, but Michael Jackson was actually in the business of giving some people their masters. So we know that the industry they're not fond of artists owning anything, so it's not ironic that when I see an artist that owned everything come up, that it's really scary, and nobody likes to talk about it.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to talk about it. And then after that, Prince was another artist that owned his own masters, but also he was such a big influence within the industry. He was often telling other artists that he would not collaborate with them if they didn't own their masters. So it's a game changer. To own your masters is like a really, 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 a really big deal. It's a gift and a curse, but I'm excited again to see her do everything over and get those coins, because I bet the very first album she didn't even see those coins. It was probably like, be happy that you're signed type of thing.
Yeah, and honestly, just as I said, she needs to do her. And if this guy's mad, upset, hey, haters are gonna hate. That's how it just is.
Definitely. And somebody said, yes, Terry, Nicki Minaj is like my favorite. Anybody knows me knows I'm such a big Nicki Minaj fan. So I'm ready for her to come on tour. My feelings were crushed when she was coming to Houston and canceled the tour. I don't know what happened to this day, but I was like,
no.
So yes, mad respect for my girl, but definitely excited to see how this turns out. And I'm gonna be streaming this album like crazy. I guess if I could interview Ashanti, I would want to ask her, do she think it's gonna be harder this time around? Because when Ashanti came on the scene, they didn't have Spotify, they didn't have Instagram, they didn't have Facebook, barely had MySpace. She went, like, if you were an artist back then, you popped because you was in the streets handing out posters. You probably had a street team of 30 people, like a street team of a lot of people passing your stuff out, clubs. I mean, the parking lot filled with your flyers. I wonder how it's gonna be this time around, because everything is like based on streaming. Yeah, everything is based on stream. So I'm just gonna be excited to follow that up, and like I said, cross my fingers that I maybe one day get to interview Ashanti.
Oh, I'm sure you will, and I have all the best prayers for her. Best of luck, and she's gonna kill it, and that's why she's gonna be successful, just like every other woman out there.
Yes, the ladies is killing it. Hi, April. Okay, so she likes your makeup. Oh, hi, Brandy.
Hi.
She is one of the hardest working boss women in Texas. Okay, like she's an
Oh,
actress, she's a comedian, like she is dope. Yes,
oh,
y'all
well,
tap
nice
into
meeting you,
my girl.
Brandy.
That's underscore spec.
That's
She's
okay.
dope. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Boo, for tuning in.
Yes, yes.
So
Giving
we
you a
talked
follow.
about my girl Ashanti in a positive light because she's doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
What was the next topic? And I think I might need to take one more sip because if we're gonna be talking about that dude that did what
Yep.
he did,
Yep. You know who I'm gonna be. Yep. You better just take the whole shot. You might as well just take it because with this one we're gonna definitely need a lot of hardcore. Okay.
go ahead and introduce it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna talk to y'all about the Rittenhouse verdict. Oh my lord, people. Talk about my skin's on fire. Okay. So of course y'all know about Kyle Rittenhouse. He fired on 3 people, killed 2 of them, 1 got injured. And it's just he is not guilty. Okay.
Right.
Now, I did take some notes because I want to touch key points on this story that should be, should be talked about that nobody really realizes this. Okay.
Hi, Fancy.
So, a lot of people were saying that, because of what this 17-year-old did, that they could just be gunned down the street and there could be no consequences. And that's a fact. If you show kids at this young age or anybody in the world, hey, you get gunned down, there's no consequences, and that's the one thing I want the law to understand. It should be equal everywhere. It shouldn't be just one city here, you say one thing in another city over here, saying it totally, yeah. Fancy, you got it. I will do the impression for you after. And and it's just appalling that someone like that can get off and 2 people are dead, and almost 1 got shot in the arm, and he's a training paramedic who was out there trying to help people, and he okay, I have to slow down because there's so much to say. But the one thing is that I watched a video earlier. He went out there, vigilante, 17-year-old. Where are your parents? And what are you doing with a gun? Okay, I think the parents should have been some part of this somewhat. Like, how could their kid have a gun? And why weren't you monitoring your kid? Okay, those are my 2 things. When he was out, I guess he said that he shot at somebody. Something happened. There was an altercation. He shot somebody once or twice, died. The mob of people went after him. Well, of course they're going to go after him because there's a lot of people, psycho people, that, carry guns and start shooting people in the crowd. And people are going to come after you. He said he ran to turn himself into the cops. Don't believe it. Sorry. And another person came up and hit him with the skateboard. I would hit somebody if they had a gun because who knows if he's going to shoot other people. I mean, there's so many shootings out there that people are not going to take chances. And they're going to protect themselves any way necessary. Yeah. And if you have a gun protecting yourself, if you wanted to turn yourself in, you would have left that gun down and took off. Or you would have called 911 where you were. Come get me. I shot somebody. Come get me. Instead of just running around with the gun, dude. You're just asking for more problems. Blasian, did you see the judge ask Kyle if he wanted to listen to music? Then the judge sang in front of the jurors. Yeah, and that's another problem right there. Totally. Now, the thing that gets me is that no one's talking about these victims. Okay? There were 3 victims. 2 of them died. 1 of them survived. Okay? Right. I'm going to announce their name because their name should be acknowledged. Okay? It's going to be 36-year-old Joseph Rosenbaum and 26-year-old Anthony Hubert. And Rosenbaum died first. Second was Anthony Hubert because his skateboard was hitting him because he had a gun. Okay? He's trying to do his thing. I mean, as you said, you'll do anything to protect yourself, right? So should other people. Okay? The thing about when he was being read the verdict, I don't know if I could do a perfect impersonation of him. Goes like, and then falls to the floor and cries a little baby.
Horrible actor. Okay.
I was like, that does not deserve an Emmy. Just let me go in there and just
horrible.
Let me. If that, and to me, it was not sincere. Okay. If you're sorry about doing something, you'll be up there crying like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. You know, I'll be a mess. And you said you felt unsafe. Then you should have been out there doing what you're doing. I'm sorry, but when it comes to you shooting people in a community, which they have the right to speak or protest, that doesn't mean you go carry your gun out there. You're 17 years old, okay? And the thing is that you kill somebody's brother, and yeah, right, he never apologized, and that's what gets my grits.
Well,
and I
right.
hope and pray that they get another jury, not tainted, another jury, and go after this guy again, because honestly, like, he got away scot-free, Miss Blue, and it tickles me pickle. I mean, it just tickles my pickle, because it's just like, how can somebody get off like that? You know, it now.
Yeah.
Somebody said in front of the courthouse, if it was a different color or different race, it'll be a different story. I mean, what do you think about all this? I mean, I'm just like,
well,
WTH, you know?
When I saw it, I was not surprised. I didn't get livid. I didn't jump around and, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I didn't punch my fist or nothing. This was expected to me. And the reason why I was unfazed by the verdict is because when this took place, we were rioting on behalf of George Floyd. Mm-hmm. Bless you. And other situations where Black people were being killed for no reason by police officers. Mm-hmm. Unethical force for no reason, just because the person is Black. These rioters were not Black. A lot of them were white. Mm-hmm. A lot of them were Hispanic. This is deeper than, oh, he didn't kill a Black person, why are you mad? Because that is what someone from another race told me. Why are you mad? It wasn't a Black person he killed. That's not the problem. They didn't do anything to him because the people that got killed were representing Black people for Black people. Mm-hmm. America will continue to show Black people how much they don't care about us. So why am I going to be like, oh, I can't believe this. This is what happens. The Black guy that hit him, I believe, with the skateboard, or I think he was Hispanic. He kicked him several times because he was trying to shoot someone. He got charged with assault and battery. I believe he's still in jail.
What's the one that hit him with the skateboard?
No, there's a Black man that's there's pictures of him kicking. Like he's stumping him because he had a gun pointed at someone. So he was defending the other person, and he got assault and battery charge.
I think he should be named a hero.
But he's not. He lost a lot because of the case and his job and stuff like that. And I'm just saying, it's like, I'm no longer surprised that this unfortunately will be our hell on, some people have a heaven on earth. I feel like sometimes Black people have hell on earth because and brown people, not just Black people, brown people. I feel like, again, the system was not invented to help us. The laws don't work for brown people, and people get offended. I have a friend who's white. She's one of my best friends, and she got on the post and she's like, white privilege is horrible. And I didn't even say nothing. I was just like, whoa. Like, she was like, it churns her stomach. And it's just like, the fact that these people got killed and murdered. And another thing I didn't like is, if you go, this is where it kind of get crazy. You took your ass out there to where you knew people were rioting. What in the hell did you think was going to happen? Did you think they were going to be clapping your hand and taking pictures of your ass? They're rioting because they're upset. They're setting shit on fire because they are upset with the way black people are being dogged out and mistreated by these cops and all this unethical bullshit. And you go out there with a gun, a rifle, AR, whatever the hell, assault rifle, and you start shooting. You're not defending yourself. You put yourself in harm's way. So if you would have got your ass whooped or shot, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? That is nobody else's fault but your own. So you're teaching people you're sending a horrible message. You are telling another young kid of his color that you can go to where a gunfight is, okay, and start shooting, and it's okay. You don't need to be putting your own self in harm's way, in danger. That was insane. So I that part alone. That part baffled me because it's no self-defense. You went out there. You're not defending me. You are defending people that don't like black people. You were defending people that thought that it was okay to kill George Floyd. Let's keep it real. And that's all I can say because I'm starting to get upset.
Well, take another drink. Take another swig. Take another swig. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
It's bullshit.
It is, and it's just like, who gives you the right, a 17-year-old, to play God, to take somebody's life away? That is not your choice. Who you want to shoot, who should die, and who shouldn't. That is God's choice. It is not your choice. And that's what frustrates me because it's like, these families are planning funerals or have funerals, and it's like their families are suffering. Okay, now, if it was a cop's son that got shot and killed, well, maybe that would be different.
Maybe so.
Maybe. There could be different things, but that's why I said nobody is realizing that because of the 17-year-old, now it's going to give another loophole for other 17-year-olds or 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds to start taking a gun. Okay, I'm going to go to a protest. I'm going to start shooting whoever I want, or, you shouldn't be, what?
But here the underlying message that America sends and consistently sends is that they're going to protect those who agree with them in terms of how cops treat black people and people of color, brown people. They are letting you know with verdicts like this that we are okay with what's going on. We are okay and not bothered with what happened with George Floyd. We don't care about what happened with Philando Castile and Sandra Bland. We don't care. When you see these verdicts like this, they're telling you in your face they do not care. Okay? It's nothing else to even, say. It's just the realization that this is how they feel about us, He got rewarded for fighting people that were protesting against civil rights, pretty much. Yeah. He got rewarded for that, for standing up for his country. When really, when these poor people were standing up for, first off, it takes a lot of courage, and I respect you so much for being a non-black person and going out to riot on behalf of me and my race and my people. Them people didn't have to be out there. Them people they put their life in jeopardy to say, hey, I'm not black, but I feel what you're going through. I'm sorry that you're going through that. I'm here to riot. I'm here to show you I'm not that way. I don't believe in white privilege. And they got killed, and the government awarded him for doing that. Ain't nothing else to keep talking about. Yeah, ain't nothing else to keep rioting about. They are showing us each and every time that we will not win until Judgment Day.
You know what? I mean, even when this happened, some lady spoke in front of the courthouse, which I'm not going to say her name. She doesn't deserve that. But she says, oh, I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to help the community. How are you helping the damn community if you're going to shoot, 3 people, one of them being training to be a paramedic? Okay, how is that helping your community? That man, the grassroots, was trying to help people that were injured in the streets because of situations that were happening, and he shot him in the arm.
I saw that.
And if I was that dude, I would definitely do civil suits like Miss Blasian said.
Yeah, I saw that Blazion said that, which is awesome.
They should.
There's a civil suit. I'm very glad because somebody needs to sue him. Like it's, you know, it's unfortunate. Somebody Blasian says if it was a black 17-year-old that did that, you know what would have happened. If it was anybody but a white person, a white kid, I think they would have been in trouble. But I still say it's deeper than just. Okay, so I'm gonna change the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know this sounds crazy, but I'm gonna just, you know me, I go against the grain. So I'm gonna go against the grain here. This is how deep I feel like this is. I feel like if it was a black kid that was killing the rioters, I don't think he would been in trouble either. This was not about being necessarily black or white. Mm-hmm. This was about defending someone who was against people rioting for a good cause. Again, the fight was George Floyd. People was pissed off and had enough. We was tired. So people were rioting because they were tired of these cops killing black people, brown people. Mm-hmm. I think anybody who was going against that agenda would have been safe. So I think if it would have been a black Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever the hell his last name is, and he was standing up against rioters that was fighting for this, you know, black on white, I don't think he would be as much in trouble either. Maybe he would have got a little charge here there, but trust me, he would have walked scot-free. By any means, I'm not thinking that this is just about a white kid and white privilege.
Yeah.
They are letting you know your rioting means nothing to us. Mm-hmm. We're going to continue to let the cops do whatever they want to do to you. And you just going to have to take it until Judgment Day. I feel like it was bigger than a skin, you know, and that's just me.
You know what?
April said he won't do that in San Jose.
Oh,
wait, am I saying it right? San Jose?
Yeah, San Jose, where we are. San Jose. They won't be doing that over here. I'll tell you what. We are a different breed over here, okay? I feel bad for anybody that tries to do it over here because let me tell you, April knows what I'm talking about because we live in San Jose and it's a whole different beast out there. It's a different jungle. And the way how they interpret things over here, there's things you do and things you don't do.
You don't. Let me put this on my list. San Jose. Now,
when you come over, then I'll show you how it is.
Yeah, you had to show. I'm a Houston hard hitter, so I know. Like I done seen the hood, the streets, and stuff like that. But you need to let me know about San Jose. So I don't
need to let you. I'll bring you over here, and then I'll show you around. I'll show you what we're about over here. It's a whole different thing. But I'm gonna come see you in Houston, Texas, and then you come over here, and we'll see which one is.
Oh, but I have a disclaimer though. Oh, I'm from Houston, Texas, but I am a suburbs kid.
Oh, there.
So if I got to see some hood shit, I probably snuck and saw it. Or when I grew up,
girlfriend,
I grew up, I probably got to see it, but I didn't get to really be exposed to a lot of hood.
I'll expose y'all. And Fancy said that you and I are going. When you guys coming? You Fancy?
Oh, I already know Detroit, Blasian, girl. I already know from what Tasha done told me, but I knew some Detroit people. They don't even talk. It was straight slashing action. So I already know. Yeah, I already know. I had some Detroit friends like a long time ago.
But you know what? The last thing I have to say about this is that
Fancy, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, you guys. I'm waiting for we got to plan it for next year for sure, and then we'll plan like a whole week.
I'm down.
We'll travel back to Texas and then Cali and then San Jose. Bring Blasian on, you know, and I'll show you guys how it is here because
I know Blasian.
Yeah, they don't pay.
I already know.
But there are some places we do have to avoid, though, but not just San Jose. Like, I'll take you around, but not just San Jose.
Right. Okay. You know?
But just to touch back on that one last thing on the story is this, that there not may be justice in this life, but for you, Rittenhouse, there will be justice for you in the next. Believe in that. And
Karma
I hope
won't
you
skip
hear
you.
that.
Karma won't skip you.
Oh,
so my next thing is it's kind of piggyback riding off of you because I did not know that this happened or was said until after you told me what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I want to let's be real, and we might step on some toes because we advocated for Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me say this. with 50 Cent in the background. I'm trying to interview him too.
There
Okay?
it is. I got 21 questions for you, girl. I got 21
I'm
questions for
manifesting
you.
that, okay? Hit me up, kid. No, look.
It's already done.
So, girl, okay. Look, we advocated for Biden at the very beginning. It was Trump, Biden, and geez, please forgive me, y'all. I can't even remember who Biden was going against. Was it Trump?
It was Trump.
Okay, so we didn't want Trump. We wanted him out.
Mm-hmm.
Biden was the next runner up that we was just kind of like, okay, we kind of knew that Biden wasn't going to be 100% for us brown people, but we still didn't want to see Trump do it again.
Yeah.
So when I heard Biden said this, I kind of start to look at upside his head like, hold on, wait a minute now. Okay, in regards to this verdict with the Kyle guy,
mm-hmm.
Biden had said, and this is not word for word, but he stated, it's a sad day in news. However, he rides with what the law says. So basically, he goes along with what the verdict says. I mean, if the law says you did it or you deserve to be walk away free, then that's what he's for. He didn't mention any. He didn't say, you know, I'm sorry for the victim. I think that was wrong. What are your thoughts? Yeah, it kind of like I'm thinking at first, like, I know you wrote the song with that money, Biden, but good brother, what are you really trying to say? Like, we did choose you as the president, so are you for us or are you not? Are you rocking with this bullshit or are you pro people? So what do you think about that? And you can go back and find it. It's all over the place, so I'm not making it up.
Okay, so what I have to say, you know I'm gonna let loose right now, right? So
Please
what
do.
so hold on, let me drink first. Hold on.
And yes, Fancy, I know he lives in Houston, and girl, I'm just hoping eventually that I get to cross paths with him. One of my favorite rappers, by the way.
Oh yeah, 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. For Biden to say that, if that was your child, Biden, your wife, your kids, your grandkids, you wouldn't be saying that for sure. You would say, I would want to seek justice for the innocence of people. And that's where you need to stand. And you need to remember what you state and remember what you go for. Because in all honesty, if you go in swinging, you have to keep swinging. Just because you made it in doesn't mean you stop swinging.
Right.
You are there for the people to have truth and justice for the right and the wrong. And he knows as well as I do. He states it. He knows it's a sad news, but he agrees. But deep down, I really hope he really doesn't mean that. Maybe, it's funny you said that because, my fiance goes, well, I hope he didn't forget because the rumor of him being, forgetting things. And he goes, well, hope he didn't forget what was the story about what he's talking about. So I just kind of told him, but honestly, I would tell Biden, you know what? I did vote for you, but this is not one of the reasons why I voted for you. You have to make sure the legal system follows through true and true. And that's how it should be for everybody. Everybody should have equality. And when it comes to the simplest things like that, but some people get away with it and some people don't. And that's where it falls apart in the judicial system. And with that, it should go higher and they should implement it. See, there's always a step up one thing.
Right. Facts.
And there's only so much that people can do, but it has to come from the inside. It has to. And that's when it goes more up and up the ladder. And that's when it goes higher up.
Right.
But if nothing's done, I'm not trying to incite anything. I'm not like Trump or anything, but
yeah,
I'm just saying, you people have rights to speak for truth and justice. And you know what's right from wrong. And you have to start. But unity is a big thing. And they need to see unity and peace while speaking the right things. When it comes to something like this. To me, I know some people may think different, but in this case, like if that was my son and that happened to him, I would I would go gun ho crazy. I was like, well, he got away with this, so why don't I go carry my gun out and start shooting somebody that's, protesting, whatever, just to seek justice, you know? But, I mean, to me, I just hope Biden really, really needs to rethink his words a little bit. I think he should recant that because he knows it's wrong. Because if he didn't think it was wrong, then why say there's sad news? Why? What makes it so sad, Biden?
Because I feel like he playing devil's advocate. It's like he one of those people that's like, you want to sit between what's good and what's bad, and not and some people think, well, if I don't address it and I just don't and I stay neutral, that I'm not responsible or I'm okay or I won't be looked at differently. But sometimes you're just as wrong for not speaking up for what's right or what's wrong, and taking that neutral position. And I don't think in this situation this was a time for him to be neutral. It just I'm gonna have to find it so I can let Blasian see what I'm talking about, because I was like, what? Yeah, I think it's crazy. I think it's a clip that was on that on-site blog again. Yeah, and I was just like, oh, really? Because I heard it. So it's not he said, she said, I heard him saying it. And just like, you're going to stand with the law. So that means you're going to stand with white cops killing brown people. You're going to stand with the law. It's not right or wrong. You're just going to stand with the law because it's the law. No. I'm thinking that the next time it's time to vote, and I'm just saying this, I don't care who mad at me, come for me, it's cool. I'm thinking I'm either not voting or I'm doing the liberal thing.
The liberal thing, what's best for the people.
Because I don't, at this point, I'm just lost in the sauce. I'm just like, who is for the people? It ain't that I want you to just be for black people. I want someone who is for everybody, who is for wrong, who is for, like, if you're wrong, like, meaning that, justice will prevail. But if you're right, something good gonna happen to you. Somebody that is for the people.
That melting
pot. And I really
pot.
thought it was Beto, his name. I really thought he was a good candidate, but I don't know what happened with that. But we need somebody that is like non-biased and that's for right and for what's wrong. And right now, I don't care if somebody gets upset. I don't see that me voting for him. I don't care if he forgives student loans. Because I'm looking upside your head, buddy, like, okay, now I see what you're standing for. Like, it was some clips years ago that we swept under the rug because we allow people to change. Yeah. But are you still that same person and you're masking it up? I don't know. So that was my last topic. Did you have something else, girl?
I just wish we had someone like Martin Luther King, but as president.
Yes. One of my favorite world leaders.
Yeah, most civil rights influential. Leaders. Definitely influential, very down to earth. I just hope that we have someone like that in our future during this lifetime, just to have peace, because ultimately we're so divided beyond belief when we need to be together and we need to come together as one. No matter what color skin, we all have the same heart. We all beat, and we beat as one, whether you guys like it or not. That's how they see it. But
bless up to you too, Terry, and thank you so much for tuning in. Was that your last topic?
So I did what you asked me to for a little beauty hack. So I'll give one little beauty hack for you. Okay. So in order to get these beautiful wings that you see,
they are beautiful.
Guess how I did it?
How? With a spoon? I got a bunch of those. Really?
Mm-hmm. All you do is you get a liquid. I use Maven. It's pretty good, and so is Kat Von D, but it has to be liquid. You get it. You kind of paint it on there as so. Like, I have to turn it. Excuse me, but see how it kind of darkens it up right there? Yeah. You get it, and you push it, and it goes dink, and then you go dink.
Girl, I'm gonna try that.
Try it. Put a very little bit on there, but it will be thick. But you want it to be thick to line it out, because as you can see, dink.
That is so pretty, Cali.
I know, and it's just a little toothpick from the Dollar Tree. So you get a big old bag of these for $1. So it's like, hey, why not use it as a little hack? And I'll share my little secret, so you guys can give it a try. So
That is so nice. She's y'all gotta follow her for her makeup tips, hacks, giveaways. She's really that girl. She really is.
I try.
No, girl, you do it. You don't try, girl. You do it, okay?
Slay. That's what I do. Work hard. That's right. Yes, Vinny.
I need to stop drinking for the real me come out.
Oh, you know that's what we'll be doing when you do come out here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be live when we do it.
Girl, and I'm already thrown off, so it don't take much.
You know what I was gonna do, but I'm not gonna do it just yet.
What?
I was gonna come up with a little rap song for you, and I was gonna do rap for you.
What?
But I'm not finished with it yet, so I can't spoil it. But
okay.
I just want to give you a little taste, a little teaser.
Okay.
For next time.
Next time.
Yes.
So, Terry, yeah, shout out to Jamaica. Look, man, I wanted to go to Jamaica this year. Hurt my feelings that I was not able to. This is one of my dreams, seriously. My dream birthday trips are, but it's too cold in November, right? So I am going to save all my coins, and I pray that next year, sometime next year when it's warm, I get to go to Jamaica, because that's really a spot I'd love to go visit. Seriously. Yeah. So, yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Blazing Asian.
Yes.
April, Vinny, everybody that tuned in. Fancy.
Yes.
Brandy.
Fancy. Yeah, I was like,
my girl Brandy popped in on the live. I was like, hold up. Girl, but Cali, you always do your thing, girl. I can't wait till we get together on the next.
Oh, I'm ready.
Because there's always something crazy going on in this world.
I know. We be killing it, though. We be killing it. We've been slaying it. The dynamic duo never fails, I tell you.
All right. So thank you, guys. Be blessed. I'm going to put this on YouTube. Also going to put this on Roku, so you'll be able to see it on the page. I'm just going to put it everywhere.
I will touch one thing, though. I think I did see something. You know how I used to sit more away from that blanket in my other shows I did with you?
Right.
Because I don't want to catch anything behind me, if you know what I mean. And while we're doing it, I think I did see something. And if I do, I'm going to send it to you so we can post it.
You saw something by me or you?
Me. And it was,
my goodness.
I thought, don't quote me on it, but if I do, I'll send it to you and we can post it. Because, yeah, I've been catching them little suckers lately. So that's why I try to change my seating. But I evidently, they don't give a damn.
Hey, let me tell you, that's a whole different story right there. Because you know what? I don't know. Sometimes when you tell ghost stories and they're real, you can scare people. But I would like an episode where we give experiences, because I know I could tell you some stuff, girl.
Oh, we got so much
that'll
more
make
to talk
the
about.
hair on your arm crawl.
You already gave me goosebumps. See what you did?
I'm sorry, but maybe we'll say, I don't want to scare y'all, but we'll save it for a little bit later in the topic. But thank you, guys. It's Saturday night. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but I'm chilling, hanging with my mom and Skylar. So you know what I'm saying? My boy.
Oh, there is.
I need to quit, dog. I need to quit. It's only a matter of time, though. I would love to work with him on one of his shows, because he's doing a phenomenal job with his directing. And if it's me writing an episode, if it's me acting in an episode, I would be so ecstatic, because this literally one of my favorite rappers.
It's gonna happen. Let's just say it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I pray so. So
I'll be
everybody, it's been real. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really great topics tonight. I apologize because some points in it I could not hold my composure. I'm a very passionate person. I mean no harm.
That's just a cover up.
Oh, please make sure you're vaccinated to be on the safe side. Okay, Terry. Thanks for that.
She goes, I'm going to bed.
All right. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Cali.
Bye. Love you, sis.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.